Hey guys, welcome to the show. Hey Trey, we're here. We're starting a show. Did you know that?
Let's get it. What's up, Jason?
Hey, by the way, Ryan, this is the time where we share the stream. So if you want to actually share the stream to your people, you can actually go onto Flows4u's Facebook and press the share button
Plus
and
for
share
you.
the live.
Plus for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do.
Wow, are you gonna sing now, Trey? Is that your plan?
I mean, we can. I don't
All right.
care.
So I got a question. Y'all live in Texas, but right now my house is infested with these red spider-looking things,
Oh, what?
and
What do
I
you
have
mean?
no idea what
Like
they are.
mites?
Yeah, I think they're red. I think they're louse mites.
Are they very very small, itty bitty?
Yes, and red.
Interesting. Okay.
Um,
I don't know. I mean, what? So you said they look like spiders?
yeah, they look like little spiders. But then I think I read that they're louse mites.
Well, louse this.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Only if I can't break it down and I ruin it because I'm trying to press this button and I don't know. My son is trying to get my phone and I'm like, whoa, bro, slow down and now you gotta be because I'm never waiting back for me looking for little G. Oh, we lost our dude. I don't really know what the heck is going on, dude. Press the button. Please, looking for my people like, yes, sir. Bob, I'm out of control. You knew that I'm rapping because I'm feeling it. Oh. Here you go, buddy. Only if you know what I'm doing, and I go, Yeah, he's back. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to deal with my son as I'm doing this. But hey, we're gonna start show starter. Here we go. Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows to you, flows to you.
Whole lot of gang. I tried.
You did it, and I messed it
I know.
up. I'm
It's all good.
sorry. I apologize. What's up, guys? How are y'all? Welcome to the
Oh.
show. Thank you, Trey.
I had to switch. I was like, wait, what happened?
We lost him in the middle of the intro, so it's cool. But anyways, hi guys, welcome to the show. Hi Ryan, how you doing?
What's
Doing
up,
great.
man?
How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Hi Trey, it's nice to see you.
It's good to see you too, Jason.
Yeah. What's up, people in the internet land? Hope you're having an awesome day. What, Trey?
The internet land. I've never heard of that. So we should probably have that as a normal thing on the show.
Yeah, we could have a T-shirt of me like this.
What's up, people
Well-
in the internet land?
Yo, what it is?
What it be? But anyways, let's get to our highlights of the week. Trey, do you got a highlight of the week?
Yeah, I was able to. Man, I just lost my train of thought. I was able. You know what? How about you go first, Jason? Because my train has left the station, and that would be my brain.
Sorry, I'm checking something right now.
All right, Ryan, you go first.
I got you, man. I got you. This week, I have been awarded again. Probably my 10th consecutive week I've got this. This award is really special.
Ooh,
The
okay.
Dog Do Pickup Award.
Dog do pickup award. Interesting.
I'll tell you more later. That's what I-
Okay, all right. Highlight of my week. Let's see. I get to be on the show. No, I. Man, this is hard, man.
You got this.
I got to talk to an amazing certain someone. So there,
All right.
and that's all you get right now.
Let's see here. Mine would be. I got. I waited in a no. Do I have anything?
Jason, you got this, man. Come on.
I'm a professional. I can do this.
You live with Tarzan.
No, that's not it.
No?
I already told you about the mites. That would have been a good bit.
Well, come on, Jason.
I know somebody that had 25 sandwiches.
Huh? Oh, you know someone who has eaten 25 sandwiches?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Ryan. Let's hear your story first.
In the last 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow, the last 3 weeks. That's impeccable.
That's a big
All
one.
right. So, here's the deal. All right. So I live in a house. Yeah, most people live in a house, but I just thought I'd tell you I live in a house. That's it. That's the whole story. No. I live in a house, okay, full of women. Okay. and that's fine.
It's a lot of estrogen.
Very cool woman. She's amazing. And I have 2 wonderful girls that are both women and 17-year-old and 12-year-old. And we have 2 golden retrievers, and we have a really big yard. Okay. And so what that means is there's a lot of disposals going on, okay, from East Coast to West Coast, and you never know where they're going to be. So with that being said, I always seem to win first place in the field day of the Dog Do Pickup Award. I always get it. I'm always leading the way. I prep really well. The problem is I have to actually do the work once this is over. So, and we're talking about 2 golden retrievers. One's about 110 pounds and one's about 75 pounds. We're not talking small change. So that's what I've done this week outside of my normal routine. And it really didn't smell real well, but I got through it and I breathed the air. And, just like Tony Braxton says, breathe again. I can breathe again. So that's my story. You either take it or leave it. If you like dogs, great. But you got to pick up what they put down. So
dang. Well, at least you won an award. That counts for something, right?
I did. It was fantastic. And I have several of those awards in my house.
Clap it up. Clap it up for Ryan, man. Clap it up. Good stuff, man. So I will go with my story. So I talked about this dating app, I think a couple shows ago, and it's called Pure Match, and it's actually it's made by our family of churches. Believe it or not, I don't know if you've heard of it, Ryan.
I'm not.
So it literally just happened 4 weeks ago, maybe max, maybe 5.
Wow.
And so it's basically what is it, DT Heart and Soul, but app form. And it's modern and it's really cool. And I've met some pretty amazing people on it so far.
Nice.
And I have been talking to a certain someone, and it's been going great. So
that's amazing. That's awesome.
I will leave said person anonymous because I don't want to put said person on blast.
You should, and I think that's really, really righteous of you to do that.
It's Jason. I'm just kidding.
And now we have time for a short break. We'll be right back.
Yeah,
totally kidding.
I've been catfishing Trey for a while now.
For so long.
Wow.
No, but the app is amazing, man, and it's what this world needs, honestly, man, and
Absolutely.
it's super cool. I could talk more about it, but I want to hear more about Jason's story. So
yeah, once they decide to sponsor the show, you can talk about it all you want.
Dude, hey man,
you're the one.
That's not a bad idea, as a matter of fact. Let's get to work on that. I'll help you out.
You know what?
Send a message. All you can do
That's
is
not a
ask.
bad idea, and you can tell him I'll talk to him too, because I've been very years.
Dude, I know. Well, I don't know the developers, but I have their contacts.
Are they in Denver?
I don't know.
They do a lot of stuff. I know what you're thinking, Ryan.
The guy from the St. Louis church, he moved out there to run the app. The leader of the St. Louis church a couple years ago. So he's out there doing lots of different stuff with the Kims. So
awesome, man.
Cool. Mine again. I have way funnier stories, but I just couldn't think of anything. But I was in the freezer today, and I saw our giant box of mini ice cream sandwiches were eaten by my son. Yeah, he didn't eat all of them, but he ate a good amount of them in the last 3 weeks. He didn't do them in one day, Ryan.
That's okay.
He's a growing boy. He needs his calcium.
This dude, One thing that has happened with him lately is today he woke up and he goes, Daddy, I have an idea. And I'm like, what's up, buddy? He goes, we go to Cracker Barrel. And I was like, okay. He goes, that's my favorite restaurant in the entire world. I was like, wow, that's great, guy. What do they have? And he's like, they have pancakes and they have bacon,
Maple syrup,
and they have crackers.
That's amazing.
Yeah. My another person we need to get sponsors from, Cracker Barrel, on the show. But there you go.
Really quick, I want to throw some comments our way. Jaime's on YouTube, watching on YouTube for some reason, but hey, we got some people on YouTube.
Jaime.
He says, "There we go. YouTube is up." And then Sandy's popping in. What's up, Sandy? What's up, Jaime? She said, "Oh my gosh, those are big golden retrievers."
Come on, Golden.
Two big golden retrievers.
Come on, baby.
She's correcting herself, and then Jaime saying, "Hi, Sandy. I'm watching you from YouTube." So we appreciate you guys hopping in. But Jason, I think it's about that time to get it popping.
Yeah. No, I have a question for you, Trey. Do you have a Baby Yoda anywhere in your background?
Yes, I do actually.
So you're saying all three of us have a Baby Yoda in our background? Oh no, he has a real Yoda.
He has Yoda.
He's not a baby.
I'm sorry, God.
I would say Baby Yoda's name, but some people have yet to start the freaking Mandalorian.
Really, Jaime?
Not
Really?
hey, not calling anybody out.
Oh.
They
Please don't
will
let my
remain
kids hear
nameless.
that.
And quite frankly, for that matter, Sandy hasn't touched it either, I guarantee. So that's okay.
There's no good murders in The Mandalorian. There are a good amount of murders, but not the kind of Sandy likes.
Oh,
So, yeah.
the ones that are
There's certain kind of murders that Sandy likes, and there's certain
the
kind
ones
of
with white chalk outlines.
Yeah.
The ones in Star Wars just happen and no one talks about it.
Ryan, Sandy has her own show where she talks about murder shows. So, but anyways, yes, Trey, it is that time for the quiz.
Let's get it. It's time for a quiz.
Now, I hope you guys are ready because it's about to get awkward. No, I'm just kidding. It won't get awkward. It might. I don't know, depending on your all's answer. But so Ryan is new to the show, and for those who are tuning in who are new, we got a quiz. And it will be against Jason and Ryan, and the best man with the most points is going to win at the end. So who's that going to be? We don't know. But anyway, let's get it started. So this is a new quiz. It'll be a little bit shorter, depending on what your all's answers are. But these are open answer questions, and whoever has the best answer to this question will win. We have 4, and I actually want to start off with Jason first. Okay. Jason, you've led in the ministry before, right?
Yeah, I've led preteen ministries and singles ministries and arts ministries. So yeah, I've not as fancy as Ryan, but I've done some things.
Now, Ryan, you've led in a ministry before, right?
I've never led in a ministry. I have no idea what you're talking about. As a matter of fact.
Never.
Dang it! We've set ourselves up for failure, Trey.
The wrong guest today.
I wasn't sure what the ministry was when I led in the ministry, but I was.
Oh my gosh!
They were like, "Hey, buddy, you're going to move to this city."
By my fearless leader, and he said, "Get in your car and pick up the teens, bro."
Oh my gosh!
It just went, No,
that's great.
Yes, I've led in the ministry many ways, and been very thankful to be able to do that over the years. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm glad we get to do this quiz. So for the first answer, Jason, what is the most awkward thing that has happened on stage in your time leading? Either to you or seeing someone else happen to. Obviously, this will remain anonymous unless they have your permission to just share their stuff. Ryan apparently has a good story. So now this is awkward. So keep it awkward, not funny, not like.
Does it have to happen to me, or is it happening?
Whichever one's whichever one's better.
That's a hard one. See, I have one, but I don't think it works. We'll
see.
It's awkward.
Your goal is to impress me. So
all right. Well, I once saw a song leader lead a song while he had about half a roll of toilet paper in his eardrum.
Stop.
Wow.
For what? I got to hear the story really quick.
Oh, well, it was me. And we came home and we came home and wait for it. We came home and there was like a block party in our apartment, and there was like 500 people outside, and they would not go to sleep. And so I decided I'm just going to put toilet paper in my ears to earplug it. Well, I wake up and one of my ears is clogged and I don't know what's going on. The problem is this is the first day that I'm ever going to lead a song at church. And I'm going to sing Sanctuary, and I am and I'm about to lead a song. And I have a piece of toilet paper lodged into my eardrum. So imagine like sticking your finger in your ear, and then that's how it sounds with the singing. So I sing the song, and then my buddy Lavoy, we get in the car, we drive to the hospital, and I go, yeah, I'm pretty sure I lodged something in my ear. And they're just like, yeah, we have a tool for that. And they pull out these little scissors, go into my ear, pull out all this toilet paper that I had got lodged in my ear. There you go. That's pretty awkward.
That's a facepalm moment if I've ever heard.
That is very awkward.
I'm glad you're okay.
That is extremely awkward. Yeah, me too.
All right, Ryan. The same question. I want to hear it. What is the most awkward thing that has either happened to you or you've seen happen on stage while leading?
Wow, this is really bad. All right, so
here we go.
2000
sounds spicy.
CSA conference, 2000 conference CSA down in out in Florida, Orlando. I was the campus minister with the Tallahassee church. So I led the Florida State, Florida A&M ministry. And when I got to Tallahassee, my wife now, who is married to me, was in Tallahassee and moved the same week. This is part of the story. To Nashville, I moved there. We didn't know each other, blind. We met once. She said, this guy is really arrogant. I was. Did not want anything to do with me. I led this ministry by myself with no woman leader. Obviously, God had a plan.
Amen.
To flatten my pancake. So we get going in Florida. We're getting people. They're coming. They're being baptized. God's taking care of them. I'm thinking I'm the one doing it. We go down to this conference. We got these guys ready to get baptized. We got this guy. He's ready to go. I go, you know what? I don't have to be on stage. I'm getting ready to go on a date with Carla. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys up on the stage.
Oh, no.
You're going to baptize this guy. And I was trying to do it with the heart of, hey, these guys are leading. Is Bright Meyer. He doesn't care. Bright is my friend. Calvet Baker. These guys were really, really great guys, great hearted guys. I wanted them to have the credit for what they were doing. 6,000 people in this auditorium. Every leader from Phil Lamb to Peter Garcia to Randy McKean to, I don't know, maybe Jesus was there, and I'm sure he was. And I'm in the back.
Or two or more gather, or 6,000. I don't know.
I'm in the back getting ready to go on the second date with Carla. We're on a blind date. And this is our second date. I'm like, yeah, I'm the man. I'm awesome. I'm the leader. I'm awesome. So they get up there. The music stops. They're getting ready to baptize these people. They got all these people lined up. Of course, at the end of the thing, they're going to baptize them. And they get ready to take this guy's confession.
Oh, no.
And I'm so excited.
Oh, no.
Realizing it was about me.
No.
We get up there, and he goes, this is, I can't remember the guy's name. And da-da-da-da, he's here to make Jesus Lord. And the guy goes, do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God? And he goes, hell yeah. And the entire auditorium went silent.
I remember this story
and
somehow.
I'm standing in the back, and I am white, like the ghost of Casper. And I'm like,
everyone's like,
I just lost my job.
No!
My resume out. I need to get it going. I gotta get on. I mean, maybe the Baptist church back home will hire me. I don't know what.
Oh my God!
Wow.
And there was not a sound in this place. And all I heard was people going, did he say that? Did he say that? And then the guy on stage, I'm going, finish the confession. That's all I'm saying. Like, just do it. And he goes,
do it.
I can now baptize you in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. People are like, should we baptize him? I'm like, you need to baptize him.
This is why. No?
And he put him in the water. And he came out, and you know, and that was it, right? And, you know, well, what I did with that time is I went, where is the furthest bathroom in this school?
Gosh.
And I went, boom, I went to it, and I said, furthest toilet. And those are the big ones, you know, the big long ones. I went in, opened the door, I locked it, and I sat on the toilet for 45 minutes. I did not move.
Stop.
And I did not have to go to the bathroom.
Gosh.
So 45 minutes later, after I lost like 20 pounds, probably, and Car was waiting for me to go on a date. Our second date. It's our second one. I walk out. The place is empty. And she's waiting for me. And I go, she goes, where you been? I go, I don't want to talk about it. And she goes, I heard. I was like, let's go to downtown Disney. So this is the end. Here's the end. So a week later, I'm back in Tallahassee. I'm thinking I'm fired. I never got fired. They and we go to this dinner with Doug Lambert. Peter Garcia's in town. And I'm like,
Sure.
am I fired? I was like, you know, and John Kennedy, who was in the church there at the time, we were all in this room at Longhorn. And he goes, I walked in and I go, hey, Pete, what's up, man? He goes, how you doing? I go, I'm doing good. He goes, you doing good? And he goes, hell yeah, I'm doing good, man. Do I laugh? Do I cry? I'm like trying to get married and trying to get my job. So it was never, ever forgotten. My friends, every time I call Tallahassee, they're like, how you doing, bro? Oh, yeah, man, doing good. Yeah, that's good. But that's the story. That's the story.
Oh my God!
Trey,
That would never ever be lived down.
I really felt like I had a good story, but I didn't have it.
You did, but you did not get the point. Ryan totally gets the point.
Yeah.
Depending on how these stories go, we're only going to ask maybe two more. But
sorry, I didn't mean
Ryan, no, it was perfect. This is why we wanted them open. So that is epic. Thank you for the check mic 1 2.
Okay.
Maybe I need to talk lower. No, that's awesome, man. That is hilarious. You definitely get the first point. And so that is a story for the books for sure. It's funny because I remember someone telling me about that years ago. I'm serious. I don't know if you've spoken at a conference like within the past 6-7 years.
No, I haven't.
Okay, someone else totally shared the story because it's hilarious. Okay, so then awkward, yes. But my second question, and I'm gonna have Jason go first, is what is the craziest thing you have done or have seen on stage while leading? Whichever one's better.
I'm gonna say that it's me, and the stage is a lot smaller. Our ministry was doing a little thing with the kids, and we were getting them to act out certain parts of the Bible. And there was a kid who I like to give a hard time to, and we did the story of the prophets of Baal and how they fight Elijah, and I had them all act that out, and then I gave an award for best prophet of Baal.
That's funny.
Wait, what?
So you know the story of where they go around the altar.
Yes.
It's them versus Elijah, and they go around the altar and they do a little dance. And so I gave one of the kids an award for best prophet of Baal for acting it out.
I mean, you know, you gotta. That's wow. That's.
I'm just trying to get him inside the.
Trying to get him fired up.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
So that actually is one of the craziest things I have heard so far, and that's very specific. Ryan, what you got for us?
So when I was leading the church in Memphis, we had, now bear in mind, I went to high school in Memphis, went back as the minister of the church. So every time I met somebody, they were like, "What do you do now?" I go, "I'm in the ministry." They go, "No, you're not. We used to get drugs together. You're not in the ministry." And so we have all these outdoor services, right? And none of my buddies would come because they didn't believe I was a minister. But we had these outdoor service one time at Germantown Park, right? I mean, I grew up right around the corner. I grew up like smoking pot at Germantown Park. Okay. And so now I'm back, right? And I'm like, okay, I got this idea. I said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to act like I'm like leaving the church. I'm gonna do this message about I'm gonna leave the church. And so the guy leading songs, Chris Moore, good friend of mine, great guy. Me and him get together. I go, here's the deal. I'm gonna come to the podium after you lead this last song, and I'm basically gonna have a meltdown right in front of everybody.
Bro.
Like a serious meltdown. I'm gonna melt down so bad, they're all gonna they're gonna and I'm gonna walk away. So I had a plan. I knew where I was gonna go. I knew where So I got up there and I was like, I can't do this. I cannot lead anymore. I'm done. My marriage is falling apart. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm just done. I can't do it. I'm stressed. And I walked away. And Chris comes up and goes, it was all acting. He goes, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a couple more songs, and then we're going to see where this goes, okay? And so Chris leads the songs. People were like, I mean, it was like, then like I walked away. I'm around the corner. I'm going, I'm laughing. And so I come back and I'm like a little bit more composed. And I said, I was just kidding. And they go, they were so mad. And I go, but let me ask you this. What if that really happened? What would you do? Who would lead the church? Who would take care of things? And if you don't know, then we need to flip over to Nehemiah and I need to teach you a little bit about what that means. And so that's what I did. That's kind of why. And I have a lot of other things I've done, like I've, come up like as a Sports Center anchor or something, but that was what I did. And to this day, my wife's like, that was the meanest, most vile thing I've ever seen anybody do. I'm like, did it work? The message got across. They were like, it's true. What are you going to do? I mean, people fall away all the time. People leave the church. People cheat on their wife. People have, they do things. I'm sorry, they do. I've seen it. And so I'm like, so that was what I did.
Wow, dude, that was
You're killing me, Ryan.
Ruthless.
I apologize for my life.
Ruthless. Oh my gosh, yeah, Scout. He gets the point, man. Like
I thought the best prophet of Baal was great.
I thought it was good too.
I'll give you half a point.
No, it's fine.
Give him the point. I mean, he's putting kids on fire. I mean, come on.
I didn't set any kids on fire.
He's lighting the world up.
Jason, I don't know if we have another time for another question. Do we?
Yeah,
or should we just?
We can go. We can move on.
Okay. Awesome. Ryan, congratulations. You won our quiz section. So 2 points go to you. And before we continue, guys, we want you to make sure you hit that share button, hit the like button, and please become a follower of Flows4u. Jason, take it away.
All right. So, Ryan, I was talking to you earlier, and we're trying to figure out what you think that people could do for a better year. And you gave me the really great answer that was, I think, 7 pages long. And I summed it down to believe in you and get on the bus. And explain to me why you think that people need to believe in themselves and they need to get up and do something. Why do you believe that, Ryan?
Well, number one, movement is necessary for change. Now, I don't mean just moving your body. I don't mean going to the grocery store. I don't mean driving down the street. I mean in your mind. And so I think it's really easy for us to wait for the bus to come to the bus stop. But, kind of like in the day now, public schools, I see the bus picking kids up at every single house. I'm like, back in the day, we had to go to the bus stop. We had to walk to the bus stop. So if you believe enough about yourself to be mean to yourself, maybe you should believe enough in yourself to treat yourself with respect. And so it's kind of like that affirmational battle, right? you can be affirming all the bad stuff or affirming all the good stuff. Okay. And people go, well, that's that self-development stuff. No, that's God. He wants us to believe in who we are, because what we tell ourselves is what we will become. And Jesus talks about that all the time in the parables. The point about believing in yourself is if your platform is cracked, you're done, Jack. But if it's cracked, fix it. Put a new board in there. In order to put the new board, you got to go to Lowe's. You got to get the wood, you got to bring it back, and you got to put it in. So if I don't believe in who I am, then I'm already starting in the back of the pack. And it's not like a horse race where you get into the pack, you all start the same. You know, you're in the back already. Like it would be like if you didn't start in the gate, you just kind of started on the track. If we don't attempt to punch our own ticket. Now people say, well, God punched our ticket. No, God created us to punch our ticket. We are creators. Okay? If we can create and we can follow our belief system of God and in our life, we all have different talents and skills. You guys are wonderful on the radio here, on the podcast. Some people are great in other things. That's the first step, awareness. That first step, belief, is like an awareness factor. You step into a space of awareness, the sky is the limit. Yeah. And personally, I have not always had that mindset. When I was a young minister, I went on my ability, and it ran out of gas. And unfortunately, I think there's a lot of people that do that, not just in the ministry in general, but belief is being able to see beyond your own objectivity. When you can do that, you can always come back to that foundational place, that Starship Enterprise, whatever you want to call it, the station, the rebel station, whatever.
There you go. That's better. Yeah.
Get Yoda and say, come on, get on the bus with me. I'm believing. If Yoda doesn't believe in you, there's nobody. I mean, this guy's 800 years old. I mean, come on.
That is true.
So, belief is really a matter of you messaging yourself. It's almost like sending an email to yourself without adding any illegal substance to the rest of it.
That is, I think, important. I think when it comes down to it, it's like having somebody believe in you, or you just believing in yourself. I think sometimes I always make jokes that when I was younger, I didn't know any better, so I just did it. And now I'm older, and I have to really go, why am I going to create this? Because nobody's going to listen to it. And it's funny. I wish I was my younger self a lot of the times, where I didn't care and I just went. You know, I became a rapper because I didn't know any better. You know, I didn't know that nobody was going to listen to it, or I wasn't going to sell. Me and Trey have the story where I met him and he asked, hey, how do you become a musician? And I said, don't do it. You know?
Hey, man, I'm really trying to get into this. And yeah, just don't do it, man. There's no money in it. Like,
it's not worth your time. But it's funny because it's like believing in yourself is important. And you do this a lot in your work, correct, Ryan?
I do, and I mean, and I also like, I don't know if you know what the Hair Club for Men is, but I always tell people I'm not only the Hair Club president, but I'm also a client. So, and I don't mean because of my hair, I mean because of the work I do. And, I mean, I work on myself all the time. People are like, what do you do? What do you work on yourself? I routinely work on building my image. And so image, when I say image, I mean self-image. We talk about the Imago Dei in the church all the time. He is the Imago Dei. I'm like, yeah, and you know what? He created you to be in his image. So if your image is got holes in it, people say, well, that's sin. No, it doesn't always have to be sin. It's the idealism about you being able to say, I've been created by the Almighty. And if I'm created by the Almighty, then it's all righty for me to believe in myself. And so if you can see that, and I work with people on helping them consciously find that magnitude. What I mean by that is, we live in a very unconscious society. We're unconscious 95% of the time. We go to work. You're talking about dating, right? You're talking about dating, Trey, right?
Yeah.
You know, I dated many girls in the church, many sisters, bless their heart, that were the same type of girls that I didn't need to pursue to marry.
Yeah.
And something was telling me, maybe you should look at the people you're trying to date. Maybe it's about you and not about the date. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's about me and what I think. And I'm like, so the unconsciousness. So I try to break that mold by challenging people to give themselves the ability and the authority. And there's a lot of Christians I'm saying this.
Here we go.
Do not give themselves the right to believe they are powerful and they are able. And this is what holds people back from quantifying who they are with God. So, to answer your question, that's what I do. I work with people's images. I help them create what they want to see within themselves so they can be the best version.
And when I was typing this up, is it actually a mindset coach?
Yeah, it says mindsight, but I like to
mindsight.
See,
I can't spell.
You gotta mindsight, whatever it is. It's good. It's good. Yeah, mindsetting, mastermind. I'm like a mastery mind consultant, and I do. I'm a therapist too. So what I try to do is I try to give people a more of an enhancement. I don't want to have you come to my office every day and say, "Thanks, I'll be back next week. Thanks, I'll be back next week." If I can help it, I want people to be challenged enough to walk into the world with what we're talking about and say, "Wow, I see a difference. Wow, I actually reacted. I responded. I didn't react. Wow, I'm not angry anymore." So,
Ryan, I just wanted to touch on what you were saying earlier, and this is amazing because there's so many facets of being a Christian, right? I think obviously the world, and I would say the world sees a lot of Christians in the bad light, and quite frankly, there's a lot of quote unquote Christians that are not living the life of a disciple, that are not actually doing the work, if that makes sense. It's the Easter and Sunday stuff, right? The churchgoers. But what I'm trying to get to is I love what you said about believing in yourself. Putting forth your best image, right? Because you said that we are created in God's image, right? And so I think we get caught up on, focus on God, trust God, do your best, put your best self forward, but we forget to remember that God has created us to do these things. Like we need to be focusing on the fact that he has made us to do so many good things. Like we get these things of, well, it's like Satan loves to just bum us down a lot, right? Like just shoving us into the ground. We can't do anything. But the thing is, the creator of existence has made us for so many good reasons and just to fulfill his will, right? And I just love what you shared, man. That's just awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah,
of course, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess, how did you even get into that? Like, how is that something? How do you go from a minister to a mindsight coach? That's a weird transition. That's not like the normal.
My colleagues from the ministry, they'll be like, "That dude's crazy, man. I don't know where he's at sometimes." No. So a long time ago, in the land far, far away, there was a young man who dreamed a lot. At 12, who wanted to be Pele, he wanted to be Diego Maradona. He always believed he could do whatever he wanted to do, and he always wanted to be the guy in the movie, right? And so I went into ministry with the purpose of really helping people. When I was put in the ministry, it wasn't an accident, okay? It wasn't a fluke. I wasn't the guy they were sitting on the sideline waiting for a job in the NFL who couldn't get a free agency contract. I was put in the ministry. God took me and said, boom, here it is. And what happened was I burned out.
Sorry, I actually know a guy that did that in the ministry. Are you just shouting him out right now? Is that what you're doing?
No, I know guys. Okay. I know guys in the NFL, and the NBA, and
no.
MLB.
I was talking about. I know a guy that was a free agent and then became a minister. I thought you were just calling that dude out.
No, I was using the metaphor. You're free agent, you're hanging out. Next thing you got a job. I mean, people are going, "Hey, look at that guy, the free agent over there on the street." I mean, so long story short, I was in the ministry for 5 or 6 years, and I got burned out. A lot of things happened. I'm not going to go into details. I'm beyond that now. I wasn't at the time. 10 years later, I was given the opportunity to go back into full-time ministry, working with Mike and Jody May at the Potomac Valley Church outside Washington, D.C. Sure. Love the Mays. Wonderful, wonderful people. They left for Colorado, and then the Archers came in, Will and Tasha, who, I love them dearly as well. Long story short, we were in the ministry for 2 years, and I had a lot of emotional baggage that still needed to be dealt with. I was not in a good place. Mm-hmm. And so I continued to look for things that could enhance me, that could help me grow, that could train. I started a business. It failed. And then I went, I tried this, I tried that. I wanted to be a corporate trainer. Corporate trainers don't train. They do Six Sigma. That's not training. That's computer work. I don't want to do that. And so after my time in the ministry in 2016, I went back and got my therapy degree. And then from that point, I started to research ways that I could better myself in my craft. I learned how to tap. I got 4 levels of grief tapping and addiction tapping, which is EFT, which is where you tap on your meridians and it releases stress. I did linguistic programming training where I would learn how to read people's eyesights and up and downs and intuition. And then I got into studying self-development with Bob Proctor, who is really part of what's called the father of self-development, Earl Nightingale, back in the 50s, who really started self-help, who really started the attitude studies. What does it mean to be conscious? What does it mean to really have your emotions and your thinking together? What does it mean to be in a frequency, which is like the Holy Spirit? Okay. All right. So
right.
I did that. I studied that. Then my wife got sick. Then I did another program. So to answer your question, I'm always looking, not necessarily to climb the ladder in corporate America, but to climb the ladder in my thinking and in my learning. And what it's done is it's given me a toolbox that I believe can be helpful in churches. And I'm just going to say that, a little plug, because I've not only been in the pulpit, but I've sat down in the back row going, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, and that's not right either. I've also been in the middle, and I've also seen both. So my point is, that's how I got into it. So it is a little different. I am not considered a normal person. So just my wife.
Well, I mean, you're hanging out with us. We are definitely not.
You guys, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, we're
good thing this isn't recorded or on live stream right now.
Oh yeah, good thing. This is just a hangout time. And I think it's funny because we're definitely not going to get into your entire life, but you just I feel like I'm a lot like you, and then I just kind of go where it takes me. And so like one of the newest things that happened to you in the last few weeks is that you have your own TV show now.
I do. It's kind of wacky and wild, but it's almost like, just kind of the universe. God just brought the universe to me and said, here it is. So I'm in this program.
Right.
Into results. And Thinking into Results is a program where you have all these people in a mastermind. So we're masterminding, which is really awesome because what you do is you're held accountable for what you're doing as a person and in your profession and where you're headed. Long story short, I met this lady who's actually doing television shows and has a studio in Richmond, and I live in Charlottesville, so it's only an hour away. And I told her I had this idea for a sitcom. I had this idea called Paradigms. It's a sitcom based in Nashville. It's all these knuckleheads who are really rich, really successful, but they don't have no conscious awareness whatsoever. So I pitched this thing to her and our executive producer, who is from Hairspray Broadway, who's worked with George Wynn from Cheers. I never met him before. And I just right here on this camera, I did that. And they go, can you come to the studio next week? I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know what's going to happen. So I drive over to the studio and I start filming. And I have the conversation project on StreamYard, like these guys here. And I start converting my StreamYards over to videos and start recording in their studio. Next thing I know, I meet Kit Cummings. Never met him before. That's my boy right there. That's my dude. So we are, and he gives his total heart to me. And next thing you know, he's my first episode on my show.
Wow.
And they give me a 3-pilot sponsorship, which you can watch on demand on the Promote Her TV app through Amazon TV, Fire, Apple TV, Android TV, Web TV, Google TV, Android, Apple iOS, and YouTube TV. So, wow. And, it's just an opportunity for me to learn how to get in front of the camera, to get makeup put on my face, to go to commercial breaks, things that I've never done. But
get all the powder, right?
Yeah, here's a secret. I've always wanted to be an actor.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome.
I wanted to be like, I don't know. I wanted to be like, Sylvester Stallone lived like down the street.
Oh, sure.
From me. So I was like, literally, they lived down the street in Maryland from me. And so, but I was like, yo, man,
what?
Let's do it, man. I'm like, Paulie's killing me. He's drinking all the beer, But I always wanted to do that because I just thought, gosh, if they can do it, I can do it. And long story short, here I am now in my late 40s, getting on TV. So, who knows what's going to happen? I'm learning a lot about the business. I'm learning about, hey, if you go further, time to talk to attorneys. It's time to do this. You don't have to go with this production company. you have the right. I can go back on the StreamYard and do it myself until somebody else picks it up. And that's it. And I'm using it as a coaching mechanism because I think we're talking about awareness. We're talking about, courage. We're talking about faith. We're talking about perseverance, persistence, all the things that if you think about self-development and the church and God and what he calls us to do, once we get it into our conscious mindset, we start to love ourselves like God does, and we are going to be used no matter what we do or where we go. So, that's
Ryan, I really appreciate that, and this is super cool that like you get to be on your own TV show. Like that's amazing. Like that's a dream come true for anyone. And I wanted to take a slight pivot with this question, especially when it comes to therapy, because I've seen this meme a couple times in the ICOC memes that we've got going on. There's crazy stuff happening on that right now. They've actually taken a break because of all the buck wildness going on. But what would you say churches and our church need to understand about awareness regarding mental health? And like in the regards to like what people need to understand when it comes to like mental health, that you can't, I'm trying to think like, oh man, I've been really depressed. Oh, we'll pray about it. It's like, that's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm down there. And so before I say anything, I have the utmost respect for therapists. Okay. I have the utmost respect. There's a gentleman out in California, Larry Wong. He's a tremendous therapist. Bev, who's in Dallas, she's a tremendous therapist. There's a ton of therapists are great people. Okay. I'm a therapist, right? But I think what my concern about any type of therapy, whether it's in the church, out of the church, is assumption, or sometimes in our fellowships or in any type of organization, we can just kind of one statement reward or one statement. And we've done this for a long time. I'll just call a spade because I don't get paid by the church. They don't pay me. Okay. Is just repent is like telling me to go wash my hands without soap. Okay. Or just have faith is like telling me, if you don't know how to have faith, faith is something that you internalize. You have to, faith is I have faith. How do you know? Or if somebody is really depressed, how do you know they're not suicidal? How do you know they're not needing more? Now, sometimes they just need to talk, and that's fine. But the last time I checked, if you are a mandated reporter and somebody tells you something, whether you're a therapist or not, you better do the right thing. The other side of this is fact. Collaboration is necessary in our churches with outside things. I got a news for you. There are a lot of people that are out there, and Indonesia has done a fantastic job with this. I know the Salims very well. I've been to Indonesia. I visited there. I served over there with them. They're great people. We have to give credit to God before we give credit to ourselves. And so what that requires is for us to step back and let the space around us kind of dictate where we're going. That's called the Holy Spirit. Now, I don't have it all figured out, and I've always been like that. People know me.
I thought you did, man. I thought that's why you're on the show. Come on,
yesterday, and that was great. I got the Grammy and everything. Best supporting glasses, and whatever. So, but about therapy, it's very, very important that we don't just label what we believe needs to happen, and also. It's really important that people just don't go to therapy just to get heard. And what I mean by that is there's got to be a depth of perception. What depression might mean to you, Trey, may not be the same thing it means to me.
True.
And so getting help is important. Don't get me wrong. But I do think that for years it was like, you need a therapist? Oh, no, you don't need a therapist. You're in the church. You don't need a therapist. You don't need a therapist. And you know what? And what I'm saying is really bold. Because I know a lot of people in the United Church of Christ, they're like, Ryan's crazy. And Ryan's nuts. And Ryan's talking about memories. And Ryan's talking about this. And tell me something I don't know. I am crazy. But I also am real and genuine. And I know where I come from. And I'm not holding back my message anymore. But as far as therapy, sometimes it's needed. And sometimes it's not. But the way that you portray it is huge. So if you don't know anything about it and you're trying to help your brother or sister and you think you know the answers because you have scriptures in front of you,
Sure.
stop, drop, and roll. Get on the phone with somebody that can help you understand before you do something worse.
Yeah.
And please don't tell people, just do it. This isn't Nike, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a shoe commercial. And plus, Nike's in trouble anyway. They've been doing stuff. So anyway,
They had nothing to do with that, Ryan. But anyways.
Wait, I missed it. What happened with Nike?
Oh, he's talking about the little Nas X thing, right?
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
that little. Yeah,
They had nothing to do with that.
So
yeah.
I think so. Little Nas and his company, I think they totally just did the shoe.
Yeah.
they did.
But Nike did not endorse that, and they actually
No,
got
they didn't
sued for
endorse
that.
it at all. He did the shoot. I was just giving him a hard time, but you're right. Nas did that, and nobody, they weren't a part of it.
Buck wild.
Well, and they did it before. They actually, that same company did a Jesus shoe where they actually sold shoes for like $3,000 that had some of holy water from Jerusalem, I think, in the shoe bed, and sold them as Jesus shoes. And
my gosh.
and obviously nobody had any issues with the Jesus shoe. And actually, they got a lot of good press
Oh,
from
of course.
it. But then
Hey,
the same
more power to God.
the same people do the opposite, and it did not go well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, anyway.
So
But you know what I
Jaime's-
mean. So just do it. So what I mean by that is,
Really quick. Jaime's coming in. He said, I work with Bev in the new Jim Crow group.
Yeah, and I've been in that group. I was in that group a little while, but I've been busy because of my wife's situation. So I've
Right.
had to step out a little bit.
And then he says, as Trump would say, wrong, real help, right on Ryan. Continue what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, it's just a matter of people understanding when they're going to approach a subject like therapy or somebody's trauma. Don't assume and don't play God. This is what I'm saying. Just do it. The reason I use that, sorry, Nas, you're in trouble, but is the fact that we have a tendency to want to help people so much, and I'm as guilty as anybody else in the past. Like, all right, let's fix this, let's get this figured out, because I've got to baptize people, because I have a church to grow, because if I don't, Los Angeles is going to call me and tell me that I'm out of a job. Sorry, I said that. But that's just be wise, be kind, because sometimes being loving leads people to the right spots.
Amen. That's awesome, man. Thank you.
You alluded to it earlier, and we have to close up this part so we can get into the rap part. But you did allude to it earlier, and you were telling me about this earlier about your wife in the last. You've been dealing with cancer, and that she's recovering now. But what have you learned in that situation? How have you?
Wow. Let me try if I can summarize this one. So.
Yeah. You only got like 3 minutes.
All right. The bottom line is she had surgery on March 29th. And first of all, the Christians around the world, from Uganda all the way to California, have been praying for her. And I'm so thankful and grateful. We've raised almost $10,000 for her
Amen.
GoFundMe account.
Wow.
All her bills are paid. What I've learned is this. I have no control over this. Now,
Wow.
what it does mean, though, is I have control over myself.
Mm,
And that means that the grace, I'm writing a book now called Gracious Entrances, and it's all about steps forward to your gracious entrance. I am entering my gracious entrance. For those that know me, I have not been a gracious man in the past. I have not loved like God. I have not loved like Jesus. I have loved like Ryan. Now, I'm a Christian. So what I've learned is my wife is calling me to a place of peace in the middle of a fire, and there's no bail around, okay? It is my job to hold the line, hold my fire, but acquire the Spirit. So I've learned really fast, loving two girls, wonderful girls, one going to Boston next year for college, Emmanuel, being part of the Boston church, and one that's 12 who definitely needs her mom. Okay? I am the glue, whether I want to be or not. And I don't get what I want. I don't get intimacy right now with my wife the way I want it. And I don't get a choice to go and do whatever the heck I want to do whenever I want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't get to yell, or I don't get to get mad. If I want to get mad, there's 4 acres right here in the backyard. Go run out there. And
Why in my head are you naked? It's been, I have
Wait,
no
wait,
idea.
wait. What?
wait
Yes.
for it. Wait
Yes.
for it.
He just.
Comes back and his wife's like,
Holy cow! I saw a deer. No, that was Ryan. He was
his
running through the woods.
wife comes back and she's like, oh.
Naked preacher.
She's like, oh,
See that minister?
it's that time of the week then, huh? Yep.
He
My
thinking
my
that's
naked
it.
my naked run. Hey, when you have 4 acres, what you got to do?
It's not Michael.
Yeah.
Okay. Her name's
Oh my God.
Anyway, that's
That's
what I've learned. Deep, true love, and I've been going to the vineyard here near my house every morning for an hour. 40 days. I got 33 days left. And,
Wow.
It's led me to that. And it's also leading me to preach. I'm going to start preaching online here soon in the next 4
Dude, that's awesome, man.
So get ready.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. So we go.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll tell you later. But I just thought of my highlight of the week.
Oh. I don't know if this is an appropriate time, but go ahead.
I went to a wedding where both people have been alive more than 130 years.
What?
Yep.
Together or separate?
Separate. I went to a wedding of a 70-year-old and a 67-year-old.
Stop.
I know, for real.
That's
awesome.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Well, and yeah, they're awesome. They're two of
That's
my
a
favorite people.
whole
But-
set of different questions for a whole
Yeah,
separate
yeah. No,
podcast.
You like
See-
answers. That beats the whole heck yeah thing.
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it until right now, guys. Anyways, let's move on. I'm not trying to. All right, so now Ryan, this is the part of the show where me and Trey are going to make up a song talking about all the things we talked about today. I have no idea what that means.
Naked Run, Red
Nope.
Tent.
The second one.
A Mormon.
No.
I don't know. I keyed.
Oh, okay.
I know.
But all right. So Ryan, is there anything we talked about that you want to make sure that I remember that we put it in the song? Anything? Refreshing.
My last name is Grubb, so you might want to throw that in there.
Oh,
'cause that's a nice rhyme.
Grubs.
I got that.
Okay. I got 7 fingers.
7 fingers.
Okay.
Oh,
7's a good number. 7's a good number.
yeah.
7 is a perfect number.
And
Is there? I mean, like from the stories we talked about, is there anything that like we talked about? We talked about your the hell yeah. That was pretty funny.
FSU is good to me.
FSU is good to you.
Yeah, that's where my wife went to college, and let's see. I don't know. I think that's probably it. Nashville, Music City. You know, love it. That with the AMS ministry there when I was there. Part of that, we used to go out to song nights until like midnight and baptize these guys. It was fun. So
It's awesome. Talked about terrible things that ministers do. We talked about your show. We talked about you growing through a terrible time when it comes to cancer. And I lost my grandmother to pancreatic cancer. So that's not a fun situation.
yeah, and I think you could say I have a warrior wife. I mean that would probably be. I mean, and I'm talking like. If you think she was big time, if you know her before, you better watch out because she's gonna knock
Amazon.
somebody down. Yeah, so I'm kind of scared actually in a serious way. So.
Well, Trey, I'm ready when you're ready.
Sweet. Really quick, man. Do you have a stage name that you want anything you went by in the past?
Well, Drew Mines here in the Blue Ridge Church, who is a good friend of mine, he used to call me RG3. And
RG3.
You got what's his name who played football at the Redskins. So my RG, or you call me RG2, or they call me the Claw.
Yeah, I was going to do the claw.
They called me, the Grub Meister. They called me, Grubster. A friend of mine in Potomac Valley, we played soccer together, and I used to sweat a lot. And he was Bolivian. His name's Edson Bravo. He's a fantastic soccer player, a really good friend. He called me Big Juice because I was
Big Juice.
He also called me Selfish Goal
That's
Scorer.
it, Trey.
We have like 5-0.
Big Juice?
Yeah.
I played soccer for 30 years. I played overseas, so I would score.
Okay.
Again.
I'm a huge soccer fan, man. That's awesome.
Stop scoring. We're winning by 5. He was sitting around. I said, "Give me the ball. I'm going in." Peter Mirals, man, come on! I'm 48 years old. I'm like, God, I'm playing against 30-year-olds, so I'm killing them. So it's good.
Oh
so,
my gosh.
yeah, so,
Big
that's
juice.
about it. Juice.
I liked RG3, but you said big juice, so that's what we're gonna go with, man. All right, let's get it. This will be from the dome, so let's get it.
All right.
Yo, we got DJ sound effects, Big Juice and Scout the Psalmist on the mic. Let's get it.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a ballad. I see. All right. Now while I'm sitting there talking to Ryan Grubbs, I don't even know what's going on, show him love. You gotta trip it through the middle, but the lights on, I can't breathe and I'm wondering why I find. He told a story how he had to do baptized, and then he said, hell yeah, I love Jesus, man. And everybody gave him a hard time, not really sure rhyme. If you never say what you're doing, and now I find mine. Yeah, and even Jason, he gave about he gave it an award for best of bio. Oh, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say. It's only right for the nighttime run away. We were talking about therapy. Hear me, help me. You'll really ever see everything that changes your dream, that makes it all together, and you're waiting back for your team. You do it all like you gotta feel this day. You gotta breathe what you're doing, and you're feeling this way. I feel the right tiny time stuck in my mind to find my situation, and I'm wondering why. What am I doing if I still can't pursue it all? You know what I'm doing, cause I'm running, cause I move it all. Ooh, now I'm lost in the mic. You do what you were saying in your love and your life. Now we talk about it. He's talking about his wife and how she's a warrior now. She's getting all right with the 7 fingers and he called them the claw. But he's amazing and he don't even fall. And he's doing tap dancing. No, that's not what he do. He's doing taps to your head, keeping it true. Not that kind of tap, Trey. This isn't Call of Duty. Knew that I was gonna break it down and I got shooty. But not talking about booty, that naked running thing. Only if I can't breathe out of control, I scream. Only if we're in 4 acres of land, looking for the people, cause I got to fill the plan. Now I got it, man. You breathing all the time. And Trey's on dates like 57 times a day. I'm waiting for that sponsorship. Not really sure what we're doing, busting it now. Ryan even got his own TV show. He's on a thing called Remote Her, yo. Not really sure what that app is about, but I know sometimes they can call me Scout. I turn it back through when I can breathe it through. I do what I was doing, think I got toilet paper in me ear, dude. Yes, I still can't say I gotta breathe, now I gotta run this way, and we can take it down only if I can't pursue it all. You know, sometimes we can break it down and move it all. Only if we can't breathe out loud. We talk about these things we feeling right now. And yes, you can't just tell somebody just repent and make them change their stuff because they feeling the wind. Only if I know sometimes I'm feeling it go. But now I got to break it because I'm thinking it no. I was wondering if Brian was even gonna write a book or if he has 57 ready on the hook. I know it's cool because he breaks it down time, yelling out loud because I bust it with a rhyme. Anyways, guys, hope you check out his stuff. Only if I can't breathe when I do it enough. And oh, it's all together. It's never the same. And me and Trey are chilling out today. Hey. And only if I knew what I say by myself, crying in the dreams and I'm wondering, well, anyways, I lost the quiz again. Guess I'm gonna give up. Living it
man.
Win.
Yeah.
Come on! That is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Ryan, is there anything that you would like to plug before we go off air here?
I would just like to, number one, thank you guys for having me on. You guys are
Of course, man.
very talented, and I think, honestly, too talented not to have sponsors, and I'm being serious. So I'm shouting it out there a little bit. I mean, we have disciples that have the ability to do things like communicate messages and to send, things out. I think we don't support that enough, and I'm sending that out to the world right now that these guys have done a really good job. We found this out, this afternoon, and you guys put it together. So number one, I appreciate that. Number two, if you need to get help, and this isn't just a plug for me, this is a plug for anybody who's in the world of helping.
Come on, Ryan.
Trey.
Stop thinking you know better. And also, if you really want to fly, I have a dream. I want to be in the ministry. I have a dream. I want to own a business. I have a dream. I want to make money so I can give back and I can flow and I can enjoy life and I can go overseas and I can serve. Get somebody to help you create what you want.
Wow.
And stop acting like it's wrong or it's like sinful to do so. Because status quo will keep you right where you're at. So that's my message to people. And give yourself the ability to be unique. You don't have to be like everybody else. That's not what unity is. And so just ask Speech of Arrested Development and he'll tell you that. So, and he's got some new stuff out that is dope.
Yeah, it's amazing. I love that guy. He's the nicest dude.
That's what I would tell people. You know what? Don't look at yourself as defeated, but also give yourself the space to become what you think you need to be. And I said what you want. And the word need needs to kind of go away because need is a lower element. It's Maslow. God wants you to be the best version of yourself.
Right.
So that's my message. And, you know, if people want to talk to me, they can get in touch with me. You know, they can go to Real Stuff, Real Change. They can email me at RyanGrubb@RealStuffRealChange.com. They can message me on Facebook. I'd love to talk to them about what I'm doing in my business because it is going to get bigger and bigger because I'm going to work with people and help them create what they want.
It's awesome.
Ryan, thank you so much for being on the show, man. It's been a pleasure having you, dude.
I've enjoyed it, both of you guys. I look forward to seeing what you guys do down the road and love to be able to talk more.
Of course, man.
Speaking of talking about making big things, if you're looking for a new website, make sure you go over to nomadweb.design. If you want an amazing website created by amazing designers but not want to pay the firm prices, go to nomadweb.design. They made our website at flows4u.com and check it out. They are pretty amazing people. So and you know, we get percentage of the sales. So
Hey, that's website. I love it.
But if anything else, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, as Trey was saying. Send us an email. Go to the website, flows4u.com. Send us an email at flows4upod@gmail.com. If you have a question of the day, which we totally skipped, but that's totally fine because Ryan was awesome.
It's totally fine.
And if you have a question today you want us to use, send us an email, put it in the comments. We'll try to use it next week. Trey, next week we have a mermaid. So,
wow, I got to tune in for that one. Come on.
Yeah. This will be our second mermaid in a few weeks now. We have the mermaid hookup. That sounds terrible.
Wow. Well, that means
Get
you guys
because they're
mermaids. You're down by
mermaids.
the sea. You're down by the river to pray. You know, you're in the water.
That or get drug into the water. I'm just kidding.
Oh wow.
That's another episode.
Anything else I'm forgetting, Trey?
No, you pretty much said everything.
All right. All right, Ryan. You're gonna give Trey 3 words, and he's gonna make up a song for you.
And this is our outro.
This is our outro. And after we finish the song and start the intro, you stay here, Ryan. We want to talk to you after the show.
Sounds good. Okay, so 3 words.
Words or phrases? I'd prefer words.
Okay. Real stuff.
Yeah. He's getting a commercial. That's what he's doing.
Real change. That's 4 words.
Okay, sweet. I hope you guys are ready, because I am.
We're ready.
Let's get it! Ryan, you've been amazing. Thank you so much for hopping on. It flows for you today. Thank you guys so much for staying in the comments and watching our show. Let's take it home. Let's get it. Ryan Grubb. He's the man with the plan. Real stuff, talking about real stuff. Therapy, that's what's up. If you're struggling, man, talk to somebody. Don't be self-righteous. Get open about it to a buddy or someone else. We all care about you. Please tell someone else about what's going on so you can have real change in your life. Yes, mine. Stay with it, man.
Jason has a lattice squeal, a little squint in his eye, but that's okay. We're trying to keep him away. Stay awake, man. We're at the end of the show. Let's go. Ryan, like I said, keep doing what you're doing. Go get that bread. Take us home, Jason.
Thank you so much, guys. I apologize for not being funny. For these reasons, Trey decided to make it as serious as possible. But y'all are amazing. Make sure you check us out next week. We love you, and peace.
Flows for you. This is what we do. Yeah, this is.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you.